Hello, everyone. I'm looking forward to class to start so that we can talk about the future. We are actually going to talk about probability and some idioms, and then we'll also have a discussion. I, and I think it should be a good class. So, anyway, I'm looking forward to talking to the students that come and also for people who are watching right now. Right. Hello, Reggio. How are you today?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine, thank you. Nice to meet
Nice to meet you too. How do I pronounce your name? Is it Reggio or Reggio?
you. I really is Regio, but you can talk what you're feeling good. Uh,
Okay,
how you feel well.
you'll answer to it to whatever I call you. Okay, that's great. Well, it's nice to meet you. Where are you from?
Brazil.
Brazil.
Yes, I live in the capital, Brasilia.
Uh-huh. Okay. You know, the last class I had was about an hour ago, and I had five students, and every one of them were from Brazil.
Yes,
It was
here
funny.
we need to study too much. English is a language very different from our native language.
Uh-huh.
So and we don't have good schools. We don't learn well the English in the school. So we need to pay particularly to study, and we have a difficult to talk in another idiom, another language.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and
Yeah.
this is a good channel for this. So have many Brazilians in Dublin.
Yeah. It's really nice. But it was funny because normally there'll be a person from China or Japan or somewhere, and then there'll be one or two, a couple from Spain and a couple from Brazil and Colombia and Mexico. But this time all of them were from Brazil, so it was really funny.
Yes,
So,
this is true. Maybe because the time too,
yeah, possibly. Because I think right now in in Europe and in the Middle East, it is probably
yes,
night.
yeah,
Asia, it's early, it's morning. So,
yes. Everybody's working there.
yeah, exactly. So, what do you do?
I'm working with computer and I'm a system analyst.
Okay, awesome. Do you like the job?
Yes, I really do. I
Uh-huh.
really do.
Do you need to use English in your job?
Every time is the we call technical English
Uh-huh.
uh, for work, and how we program, and programming is frequently in English, the language. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to use all the time the this language.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm glad to be able to help you. Today it's more of a fluency discussion, but we'll also do some vocabulary, and we're going to talk about probability. Um, sorry about that. Do you know what probability is?
Uh, in mathematics, in possibilities.
Huh? Exactly, it is.
Uh,
Exactly. Possibilities.
yes, I think
Spelled that wrong.
I think no. I think yes. Sorry, I think so.
Hi, Laura. Hi, David. how's life and how's everything in Colombia?
Hello, Holly. In Colombia is nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Is your weather beautiful today?
Oh, the weather was really nice today. It was sunny almost all day, and yeah, no cold in any moment, no rain, so very well. Thank you.
Wow, great.
Yeah.
And also, Regio, how about Brazil? What's the weather like right now?
Sorry.
What is the weather like right now in Brazil?
In south of the country it's cold, but here in the center is in the very sunny days, very hot.
Oh, okay. So very, very hot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who was I talking to earlier that said it was raining really hard? Oh, it was last night. Somebody in Mexico said that it was raining. So hi Laura, and it would be nice if people who are viewing could write on the chat so we know where you're from. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Regio, could you? We're gonna talk. I'm going to share. Can you tell David what probability is?
Possibilities.
Yes, possibilities. Okay, so what we're going to do is discuss probability about the future. But first of all, let's start and uh, uh, talk about a few idioms. Um, the first one is in the near future, and that actually is talking about uh, like something that could happen in the next 6 months. So you could say, well, in the near future, I'm going to get married. Yeah, okay, Laura, I had heard that there was going to be that it was raining really bad in Mexico. Yeah, so in the near future, the economy is going to collapse. Okay. Any questions on that one? No. Okay. Next one. The future. Somebody's future looks bright. So, David's future looks bright. Um, Regio's future looks bright because they are studying diligently in English.
Great.
Right? So your future looks bright. So basically, that what it's saying, when somebody's future looks bright, they will they to have a bright future is have a good future. Good things will happen. A sign of things to come. Any idea what that might be, David? Do you have a guess on that one?
Yeah, maybe perhaps could be like a sign. Of, it's like some signals of what is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
For example, if for example the sky is like cloudy, it's a sign of rain.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's a sign of things to come. I was just thinking about children might give a sign of things to come. Maybe a baby actually shows interest in technology, and pretty soon in the future they're actually always on the computer. So ahead of one's time. Reggio, do you have an idea what that might be?
Ahead of one's time.
Yeah,
No, I don't have idea.
no idea. David, do you have an idea?
No.
Okay, so somebody, hello Lillian. Anyway, I'm talking to the chat as well. So somebody who is ahead of their time um, is somebody who is very futuristic. They are usually they usually buy technology first, and they many times they buy technology before it's really ready. So if you're ahead of your time, maybe somebody 50 years ago that was thinking about computers were ahead of their time. Or even this kind of training, 10, 15 years ago, there were people that were trying this kind of training 15 years ago, and they were ahead of their time. Does that make sense?
Maybe one person, someone who think about things that is unusual or actually, but it's ahead of a time and in front of time.
It's before the rest of the world is ready for it.
Okay,
So
great.
so someone who thought of there many times they're the inventors, you know. So hi
Yes.
Laura, welcome. Welcome. And you are the gal you are from Mexico? Okay, anyway. Um, can I get a rain check? David, do you have any idea what that would be?
Can I get my check? Uh, no, it's not clear. Only
No. Um, well, it has to do actually with shopping.
with shopping.
Yeah, it has to do with shopping. And it's say for example, you see an ad in the newspaper or even online that a computer is very has a very big discount.
Okay.
Okay, so you um, run to the store, and they are out of computers because everybody else bought them. So the store will give you a rain check. So they will call you. They will call you when the computer comes in.
Okay.
Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, I get it.
Hi, Laura.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine, thanks.
Is there's a lot of rain right now in Mexico?
Something like that only in the Baja California, I think. I don't know
Uh-huh.
how to say Baja California. My English is
Uh-huh.
not good, but I'm trying to do my best.
Yeah, well, that's what it's called. It's Baja California. So,
Yes, Baja
yeah.
California.
Yeah, it's totally fine. That's why you are here. If you are perfect in English, then you don't need to be here, right? So everybody here
Yes.
is here to learn and to make mistakes and learn from the mistakes and so forth. So, um,
Okay.
so we're totally fine with that. In fact, I get disappointed when I don't hear mistakes. So, okay, to get ahead of oneself. Does anybody know what that is? Any idea?
Mm,
To get ahead of yourself.
no.
Anticipate for an event.
Um, well, it has actually more to do with the brain. Um, so, say for example, you are talking to a family member, okay, and you start telling them a solution to a problem, but they didn't know about the problem, so you got ahead of yourself. So, um, and that's really what it means. Is to get ahead of yourself is uh, to basically be too quick. You can't catch up with yourself. For me, I prefer to type when I write because I can type as fast as I think. But sometimes when I write, I get ahead of myself and I forget what I'm writing because I can't write as fast as I think. So, the next one, save up for something and squirrel up for something. They are the same thing. They have the same meaning. Does anybody know what it means?
When you try to save some money.
Exactly. When you try to save money or time, or maybe your vacation, you're saving vacation time, so you
Okay.
are saving up for something. Squirrel up for something. Okay.
Is the same meaning?
Yes, both of them are the same meaning. In fact,
Okay.
the squirrel up for something, I found it actually on the internet, and I've only heard it a couple times. So the last one is not one that I've heard before. But it doesn't mean that a population doesn't use it. The thing about idioms is there are so many idioms, and most idioms are regional.
Hmm.
And in the fact that uh, somebody might say an idiom in the UK, in the northern part of the UK, that is never spoken in the southern part of the UK, or somebody might use an idiom in New York City that I've never heard before. So they're very, very regional. Excuse me. So I encourage my students to learn idioms, but don't try to use them until you are completely and totally fluent, until you can, all of a sudden you start using idioms without thinking. So if it comes out naturally, that's when you should use the idiom.
Okay.
Okay. All right, now the next one. Okay, this is the main part of the class today. Oops, I went too far. A main part of the class, and basically what this is we're going to think about probability. And as we said in the first part of the class, the probability has to do with possibility. And it's usually, a lot of times, it has to do with percentages. The percent that somebody thinks that something will happen. And I'm actually writing a difference between American English and British English on the screen, on the chat. Percent in British English is 2 little words, and percent in American English is 1 little word. But anyway, so we're talking about the probability that something will happen. Okay, and by the way, welcome, Ollie. Where are you from, Ollie?
Yes, hello. I'm from Egypt.
I'm sorry?
I'm from Egypt.
Egypt. Okay, welcome.
Yes.
Welcome. So we have, just to introduce you, there's Holly from the United States, and then there's David from Colombia. Laura, is that Laura or Laura?
Laura.
Okay, good. Laura from Mexico, and
Yes.
and Reggio from Brazil. And I know I said his name wrong, but he told me I could. So so that's who we all are. And what I'd like you guys to do is let's look at the first statement here and decide for yourself what you think the probability will be. Okay. So first one, China will become the world's most powerful economy. What is the probability for that? 100%, 2%, 50%? And we'll have each of you give your opinion, and we'll see if we can come up with a class number. Okay. Anyone want to give your opinion first? Any volunteers?
Hi.
Okay, Ali, what do you think? What is the percent or probability that China will become the world's most powerful economy?
I think that between 60% and 70%.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because China will become the world's most powerful economy. I think because that there's a lot of investment in China and a lot of resources can be used in the future. But actually, the currency of China is like is very lowest now because they need to raise this currency to make the investment a more investment on like build a factory in China or make an investment in China to raise the benefit of the okay. And I think, but they have to change our mindset by make not a copy of a product. They have to a brand or make a new brand. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like this.
So they need to change the way they do things, and if they are successful at that, then they will really have a chance of becoming the world's most powerful economy.
Yeah.
Correct? Awesome. Okay, so David, what percentage do you think?
I think between 80 and 90%.
80 and 90%. You're very optimistic. Talk to us. Why would you say that?
Well, I think right nowadays is in the second place, uh, below United States.
Mhm.
So I think United States is passing for a crisis,
Mhm.
and it's going to take some time for recover the economy in USA, and China is becoming more bigger nowadays,
Mhm.
increasing his economy. His economy is growing up very quickly, and they are more powerful every day. No?
Mhm. Okay. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about uh, uh, to grow up versus to raise. Um, the economy is raising or rising very quickly in China. Um, and you said they're growing up. In English, to grow up actually is really only dealing with children
With
growing up.
human beings,
Okay,
yes. But,
and that is a very common error.
Mistake.
Well, no,
Yes.
there's a difference between a mistake and an error.
Okay.
Okay, a mistake. I'll tell you this: a mistake it means is a slip of the tongue. I make mistakes all the time.
oh yeah, with the
Mhm.
grammar,
Okay.
for example.
Yeah, like for example, up on the top, I spelled possibility wrong, right? If you look at the chat, so a mistake is a slip of the tongue. An error is really it is it is a mistake, but it is
It's
uh,
wrong.
it's something wrong that you don't know is wrong.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of times I won't always correct people because I know it's just a slip of the tongue. But in this type of thing, this is something that I know probably Laura and Ollie and everybody else benefited from too as well. So thank you very much. So Laura, what do you think? What's the probability that China will become the power?
Maybe 18, 19%, like David said.
Oh, okay, so you're also optimistic like David. Awesome.
Yes, because China, Chinese people always are thinking in working a lot, I think.
Mhm.
And even though they have problems with food, I
Mhm.
think people are starving, something like that.
Uh huh.
Hmm.
Yeah. So are people starving in China still?
I think so.
Okay. I don't know. So we don't have anybody in China. I think, well, it's early morning
Yes.
now. Right now it's like 7, 8 in the morning. So,
My goodness.
yeah, so they'll be coming in later classes. So, okay. And Reggio, what is your opinion?
Maybe 60 or 70.
Okay, so
Uh,
we've got two people that are 60 to 70 and two people that are 80 to 90. Okay. Talk to us. Why would you say that is the case? Why would you say that?
uh, well, it's it's not too many orthodox or classical thinkers, but the China it's economy based on socialism. You know, uh, really today is not common the people have rights. Sometimes the internet is closed in
Hmm.
China. Uh, uh, I don't know if China will be the next with most powerful economy.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the EU, the European
So
Union, the European Union? Does the European Union have a chance?
yes, yes, really do.
Okay. And
Okay.
you're well, I think it's either China or the European Union. I actually read an article when I was living in Korea back in 1995 that there was an economist who actually said that his opinion that in the future that um, the economic powers will be based on the regions. So you'll have the Americas, you'll have Europe, you'll have Africa and Asia. What do you guys think about that? Well, each region will have an economic power.
I
Any
don't know a lot about economic.
okay. You don't know a lot about economics. Okay, that's fine.
No.
Okay, that's totally fine.
But I think that maybe happened when the people like coming together like European Union and
Mhm.
make one currency
Mhm.
and make yeah when all together in the same situation we become more powerful and more bigger and more we have a strong economy.
Mhm.
But when all each other has a unified economy, I
Mhm.
think that is very become weak because a
Okay.
small economy.
Mhm.
So we can make a compete with a greater economy.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for saying that because I think that's true. That I think the EU has started a trend
Yeah.
um, that possibly I've heard that other um, other regions have actually considered doing that type of thing, but I don't know any more than that. But okay, since I don't know all that much about economy either, Laura, let's move on.
Yes.
Um, people will have to work in 5 years. What do you think the probability that people will have to work much longer hours and will be paid less? Hello, Humberto.
That,
So, oh, he left again. Okay, Laura.
Yeah, that's an interesting question because in the economy,
The
yes,
economy?
yes, the economy is decreasing maybe in some countries,
Mm-hmm.
and people have to work a lot to support their family,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they are less paid less. Sorry, paid less,
Mm-hmm.
but they have to work even though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They have to work because they have to eat.
Yes, they have to eat. They have to grow
Mm-hmm.
their children,
Mm-hmm.
and that is a difficult situation for them.
Mm-hmm. And actually, as far as that, they have children grow up, but they have
Yes.
to raise their children. So
Okay.
the only time you use grow up or grow is when it comes to children growing or plants and trees grow as well. But
Okay.
to grow up, it would be just children. So they have
Okay.
to raise their
Perfect.
children, they have to feed their children, they have to feed themselves. And, yeah, so companies are doing that now. So what is the percentage do you think that will happen in 25 years? Since
In
it's already
25
happening.
years, maybe 50%.
Uh-huh. Maybe 50%. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And thank you very much.
Yes.
Um,
You're welcome.
and um, uh, Ali, what do you think?
From my point of view, I think that only 10% maybe happen in this situation because I actually when you see the technology, I think that maybe rely on technology more than rely on people because we you can use the technology uh, instead of people.
Hmm. A
Yeah.
question for you, and this is for all of you. Do you think that in the future, just thinking about technology, in the future, more companies will have people working from home?
They not actually
Maybe.
work. Yeah, you can work at home, but actually you can not rely on people. Rely only on technology.
Hmm.
Make like a factory without any human being or human. It can be used, and when that happen, you can't. You can't use the people for working. Actually, I don't know use what they they have to work in any what field.
Do they have I'm gonna write this down for you guys. Do they have fully automated factories yet? Or is this something that you think could happen in the future? That's fully automated means no one is there.
But
Maybe
actually,
one, two people.
It's possible, I think.
Yeah. David, Reggio, do you guys know? Are there fully automated factories already?
Um,
Completely? No, no, Holly. Yes,
Not completely. Okay.
no. For example, in some big companies that build automobile or cars, they have some machines for build the car, but they use also humans for certain tasks.
Okay. So they're not yet fully automated. But that could be something that actually could happen in the future, which is why Ali has suggested that this is less likely to happen. That we will be working longer hours and paid less. So, of course, by 25 years, I'm going to be retired. So, okay. I hope I'm retired. Wait a minute. Yeah, I'll be retired by
I
then.
hope so.
So, okay, Reggio, what do you think? What is the probability for that people will have to work much longer hours and will be paid less?
This depends of the economy, the economy situation of the the country into uh, and the professional competition in the area. Uh, the in the in the how much that professional is
A las
needed.
9 estoy en una clase en inglés.
Sorry. Uh,
Oh.
I think that depends of the economy, depends of the competition in this area, and actually it's very cumulative. Uh, it's very cumulative to we
Mhm.
work much to get much money, not to
Mhm.
be paid, not because it's paid less.
Mhm.
That's what I think.
Okay, thank you very much. One thing I just want to go over depends on instead of depends of, and that's a very very common mistake as well. Um, and I think sometime this week I will be doing an activity, a lesson on prepositions that might be helpful for you guys. And but it depends on the economy. It depends on a lot of variables. Okay, thank you, David.
Yeah, well, I could say 40% in this quote.
40%.
Yeah, 40. Uh,
Okay.
40 because well, I am thinking in the increase of the population in the countries,
Mhm.
and for example, the personnel that needs a factory is going to be lower because with the technology and that stuff,
Mhm.
uh, there is going to be less people that work in that place, and with more people that present for a job, is going to become more competitive,
Mhm.
um, because there are more people every day. So
Mhm.
maybe the companies are going to pay mm, less salary because there are more people, and if a person wants to get the job, they have to compete with other person, and the
Mhm.
company could take an advantage and pay less salary
Mhm.
and less benefits and more hours,
Mhm.
and the people will have to take the job
Mhm.
because some people don't have education and they have to work in jobs with like building things or
Mhm.
like factories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's actually happening now, I think.
Yes.
So
I,
I remember my first job after university. I got hired for a local telephone company, and there was a group of people there that were very angry because we were hired to do their job at a much lower rate,
mhm.
and that was in I don't even want to say it was in 1991, and so even then it was happening, and I think it will probably increase. So,
Yeah.
all right. Um, the next one, there will be equal numbers of men and women in management. So let's start with Laura on this one. What percentage do you think that will be? And I muted you, so you can unmute. Okay, maybe she's not there. Okay, there you go. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes. Okay. I think in 80%.
80%.
80%. Yes,
Really?
because women are able to do the same things like men.
Okay, same
No,
as men. Uh-huh.
as men. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
as men, and it's probably that the women in a near future have the same jobs as men.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So
Mhm.
do you agree with that, David? Or do you have a different number there?
I will agree.
Okay.
Maybe 80. Yeah. Hmm.
80%. Okay. And
Yeah.
uh, and Ollie, what do you think? Culture.
Um, do you yeah, do you mean only in management or in job or
Uh,
between counting number between men and women?
um, this is really about management. So in companies, because right
Yeah,
now there's such a women can be leaders and they can be supervisors, but they get to a place in a company, and it seems like there is a glass ceiling. Have you guys heard this before? A
yeah,
glass ceiling. And that means the women can see the leaders, but they can't get there. And that's been a problem that women are not able to get to upper management. They can get to a middle management with no problem, but not to upper management. So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I agree with Laura and David.
okay.
But actually, I don't know. But it could be happen and couldn't be happen depend on the women, right? Because I think there are a lot of women had two job in
Mhm.
yeah, it's like to raise her children, and another job is like an company or the specific of her job. I
Mhm.
don't know, but they have to balance between them to get
Mhm.
more powerful in her job.
Okay, thank you very much. And one thing I've been hearing this the last couple days, um, uh, women versus woman. You guys know the difference between that, the
Yeah, one
pronunciation.
plural. Yeah, one
Yeah,
plural and
a
one singular.
woman. Yeah, woman and women. The pronunciation, woman, women. So, and that's I think I've been hearing this countless times, and I haven't been stopping people to correct it. So, woman and women. Okay, and Reggio.
Maybe 90%.
92%.
Maybe.
Okay.
Uh, I talk this because nowadays we have women presidents in some countries,
Uh-huh.
uh, and the quality of the work is 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 very common in both men or women. Uh,
Mhm.
Unfortunately, the majority is not the men are best paid than women, but
Mhm.
but we have nowadays we have uh, one good quality, one equality in
Mhm.
occupation, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Because I agree that the quality of somebody's work does not have to do with their sex or their gender. It has everything to do with them. So, all right, thank you very much. Okay, next one. What is the probability that the gap between rich and poor will increase?
What is the meaning of gap? Sorry.
A gap is the division.
Okay.
So right now we've got we've got the rich, the poor, and then the middle class. And the middle class is huge. And basically it's saying that the middle class will get bigger. that
Yes.
the rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think, Reggio? What percentage? What is the probability that you think will happen here?
Maybe 80%. Maybe the quantity of rates be less. No.
No, excuse me. Say that again.
Decrease. Maybe it has a decrease of the quantity of rates between the
Okay.
people.
Okay.
But
and let me clarify. The quantity of rich people will increase.
No, decrease.
Okay, so the number of rich people. Okay.
Yes, but the quantity of riches be mostly with these rich people.
Okay.
Okay.
So they will have more and more. Basically, the rich will get richer. They will have even more money. So
maybe I don't have finished well.
You're fine. So who just yawned? Ollie, did you just yawn? So you're next. So,
Okay.
What?
did you just yawn? Oh. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe.
Sleepy.
Well, what time is it in Egypt right now?
Yeah, it's 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. We forgive you because right now it's evening in the Americas. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay. So talk to us. What do you think? What percentage do you think the gap between rich and poor will increase? What do you think, Holly?
Yes, I think that, yeah, I agree with Reggio but in the same way, I think that at 100%, not 80.
Okay.
The gap, the gap will increase because the poor people we will still poor people, but the rich people become more richer. Become more richer. So yeah, and the value of money is decreasing. So what if I have 1 million today? It's maybe the value of 1 million after a few years become half million, one half million. So the value of money is decreasing, and the rich people become rich. So I think that the gap will increase.
Okay. That makes sense. Thank you very much. And Laura, what do you think?
I think it depends on the country because um, many countries have different politics and different economy,
Mm-hmm.
and people economy will decrease or will increase
Mm-hmm.
depending on the manage of the politics
Mm-hmm.
of the politicians.
Depending on how they manage their
How
politics.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
how they manage the politics of the country. That is a difficult question
Mm-hmm.
to answer, I think.
Yeah. I think it is too. And I wrote down here on the chat, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And I think it happens all the time. So
Yes.
David, what do you what would you say?
Well, Holly, I agree with my classmates.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 90 or 100.
Uh-huh. 90 to 100.
Yeah,
Okay.
because there are more people that live in poverty nowadays, and
Mm-hmm.
in the future, I think it's going to increase
Mm-hmm.
the number of people that live in poverty, and the number of people that are richer is going to be less.
Mm-hmm.
So the gap is going to be more. It's going to be bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, the gap is bigger.
All right. Right. Thank you. And have we talked? Yeah, I've gotten everybody. I just haven't written all the numbers here. Um, what is the probability that a man will land on Mars in the next 25 years? What do you think, David?
Oh well, it's a kind of difficult, but I could say maybe a man in Mars, right?
Uh-huh. They will
In
land on
25
Mars.
years, just land. Okay, no, maybe 40.
40%?
Yeah, because nowadays the technology is advancing so much, and
Mm-hmm.
they send some robots to investigate Mars with remote control,
Mm-hmm.
like for investigate the the, the land of Mars,
Mm-hmm.
and perhaps in the near future, a man will land in Mars.
Mm-hmm. And then they will colonize. They will colonize Mars and they will colonize the moon. So,
Right.
yeah, Reggio, what do you think?
Uh, it depends. I think in the next 10 years, I believe in 1%.
I'm
But
sorry. I'm sorry,
uh,
say that again.
10, in the next 10 years, 10 years from now, 1%. But uh, then 30 years from now, a little more chance.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I think it's a little higher.
Okay. So it depends on how far in the future we go.
Yes,
So in 25 years, so maybe 10% or
10 to 12,
10,
20%.
10 to 20%. Okay. And Ollie, what would you say?
I think that 50% because maybe happen and or no. Because yeah, I read once an article or not an article. It a site that a company they searching for uh, uh, nominate people
Mm-hmm.
for they're planning uh, to collect the people to live in I think Mars or in any other planet I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
they're planning to live in Mars in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
but they're searching for uh, like investment or maybe they success or not. I don't know. It's maybe happen or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they could be successful in the future. Who knows? So,
Yeah.
Laura.
I think 50%.
Okay, so you're with
Because
Ali.
yes, because technology is increasing a lot. Every day there is a new device, a new electronic device, a new software.
Uh-huh.
This is probably yes.
Okay, cool. I see where am I on this one? Um, I think it depends on the economy. It depends on whether we collapse or not. So
Yes, we need money.
yeah, because it's
That
an expensive venture, that's for sure. So
yes.
okay, it looks like we're almost out of time. If I would have had more time, I would have also had a bunch of different questions that we discuss. Usually in my classes, not all of them, but some of them, I'll usually start with some type of picture and then some type of speaking activity, possibly idioms and vocabulary, and then we go on to, at the end, we always do a let's discuss. But we have no time today. So it's been a pleasure working with you all today, and if you would like to take more classes from me, please reserve the time, and I look forward, since I am a new, what is it, verblinger, since I'm a new verbling teacher, uh, people don't know me very well, so nobody's reserving time, so if you want to start doing that, that would be nice. And we look forward to working with you in the future.
Yes,
Okay?
thank
All
you.
right. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
very
much.
much.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Mauricio. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.